Have you ever been lying in bed at 2 a.m., replaying something you said 3 years ago? Have you ever sent a simple, okay, and then spent the next 30 minutes wondering if it sounded rude? Do you create entire arguments in your head that never even happen in real life? If yes, you're not crazy. You're an overthinker. But here's what most people don't understand. Overthinking is not just thinking too much. It's a psychological survival pattern your brain created to protect you. And today, I'm going to break down the real psychology behind people who overthink everything. But listen carefully. The last habit I reveal is the most important one. If you miss it, you'll never truly understand why you overthink and how to finally control it. So stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand your mind better than ever before, and you'll know exactly how to stop letting it control you. Let's begin. Overthinkers are not weak, they are not dramatic, and they are definitely not stupid. In fact, most overthinkers are highly intelligent, emotionally aware, and extremely sensitive to their environment. But their biggest strength becomes their biggest trap. They don't just think, they analyze, they calculate, they replay, they predict, and the mind never rests. So what actually causes this? Let's break it down. Part 1. Fear of making mistakes. The first reason people overthink is fear. Not loud fear, silent fear. The fear of making the wrong decision. Overthinkers believe one small mistake can ruin everything. So before making any decision, they try to calculate every possible outcome. What if I choose wrong? What if people judge me? What if I regret it later? Instead of trusting themselves, they try to control the future. But here's the problem. You cannot think your way into certainty. And the more you try, the more confused you become. Now let's go deeper. Part 2. High emotional sensitivity. Overthinkers feel everything deeply. A small tone change in someone's voice? They notice it. A delayed reply? They analyze it. A short message? They overinterpret it. Because emotionally sensitive people process social signals very strongly. They don't just hear words, they search for hidden meanings. And sometimes, those hidden meanings don't even exist. Their brain fills in gaps with imagination. And imagination mixed with insecurity? That creates anxiety. But wait, it gets deeper. Part 3. Need for control. Overthinkers hate uncertainty. They want clarity. They want guarantees. They want answers. But life doesn't work like that. So what do? They mentally rehearse everything. They prepare conversations in advance. They imagine future problems. They plan for disasters that may never happen. Why? Because thinking feels like control, even though it's not. The brain says, if I think about it enough, I'll be safe. But instead of safety, they get exhaustion. And this leads to the next reason. Part 4. Living in the past or future. Overthinkers rarely live in the present. They either replay the past or worry about the future. They relive embarrassing moments. They reanalyze old conversations. They reopen emotional wounds. Or they predict future failure. They imagine rejection. They expect disappointment. Their mind becomes a time machine, but it never stays in now. And peace only exists in now. But here's something most people don't talk about. Part 5. They care too much. Overthinkers care deeply about relationships, about their image, about how they make others feel, about doing the right thing. They don't want to hurt people. They don't want to look foolish. They don't want to fail. So they think and think and think. Because caring without boundaries turns into mental overload, and this leads to the hidden truth. Hidden truth. Here's the truth nobody tells overthinkers. Overthinking is not about thinking too much. It's about not trusting yourself. Read that again in your mind. Overthinking happens when you don't trust your decisions, when you don't trust your worth, when you don't trust that you'll be okay no matter what happens. So you try to mentally prepare for every possible pain. But strength doesn't come from predicting pain. It comes from believing you can handle it. And once you understand this, everything changes. Because the solution isn't stop thinking. The solution is build self-trust. Trust that if something goes wrong, you'll handle it. Trust that one mistake won't define you. Trust that not everything needs a perfect answer. And when self-trust grows, overthinking loses power. Conclusion. Your overthinking is not a weakness. It's a mind that needs direction. And from today, you can start doing 3 simple things. Pause when your mind spirals. Ask, is this fact or imagination? And remind yourself, I can handle whatever happens. That's it. Small shifts, huge results. After watching this video, you will be able to recognize when you are overthinking, understand why it's happening, and slowly take control instead of letting your mind control you. And remember, your mind is powerful, but you are more powerful than your mind. If this helped you understand yourself better, stay tuned. Because the more you understand psychology, the stronger you become. And this is just the beginning.